Hey everybody. I started this new Interloper run and I just wanted to take the opportunity. And yeah, I'm in the Mountaineer's cabin on Timberwolf Mountain. I didn't start here. And probably seems a little bit ridiculous that I'm here at all. And let me tell you, I got here, I spawned in Pleasant Valley, near Skeeter's Ridge. Um, the reason I came up here was kind of to prove a point and to talk about the game a little. First, typically somebody that spawns in that area of Pleasant Valley would just simply run down off of Skeeter's Ridge and go to the farmhouse or go to the barn, and that'd be it. I don't find any problem with that at all. Uh-oh, did I let my fire go? No. I don't find any problem with that at all. I just took the unconventional method. Because I wanted to bring you up here to Timberwolf Mountain and to talk about the game a little bit. I probably will survive this. I don't know. I'm going to try, but of course, this is very precarious. I should have yeah, I don't know how much that'll add anyways. 3 hours. Let me sleep 3 hours real quick. Oh, I'm gonna lose my fire. Yeah, this is probably almost not doable. The only reason I came up here because I could get matches. I'm up here on Timberwolf Mountain. I can survive. There's no wolves coming this way. I had to run quite a way though. Yeah, I was just about at the end. I was at the end of the day anyway, so it took me the equivalent of a couple hours game time to run up here, but it only took me maybe 10 minutes to get here. In any case, the only thing you can do here is survive the night and get out. So I have, bare minimum. I could run out with a torch if it wasn't, it's not too windy. I could probably run out here and grab some sticks, keep this fire going and whatnot. But I just wanted to really thank Hinterland for this game and tell everybody that this is an extremely awesome game. It's a true survival game. It's not bound by anything except your own mastery of the game. The cool thing is even after you're a master of this game, you could die very easily. Even the most inexperienced person can come to this game and make it through, or the most skilled player can come and die easily. So the point being is the mechanics are there simply as a means to let you enjoy the psychology of this game. There is you cannot win this game. You win against your own brain. That's all this is. This is a tease. And there's no way I'm going to survive at all if I don't sleep 3 hours and nothing else. Let me do this while I got the opportunity before I go any further. Just to try to get closer to some light. Maybe I can run out of here. Who knows? I mean, the only way to go here is back to Pleasant Valley. I did not find a hacksaw here. So even when it's daylight, it's not going to do me any good to try to escape here. So, it's not like I've put this out can. So if I add that back and I take a torch, will I get 129? Okay. So this is a cerebral game. This is a game where one small decision can mean your death. So you have to be on guard all the time. There's no way I can survive up here. Now it's windy. It'll probably blow my torch out. But I can find my way back out of here just like I found my way up. I am warm. I do have matches. I do have water. So in that respect, it's possible. The point I'm trying to make is the game is rich in variety, and it's permadeath. Permadeath in other games don't really mean that much by comparison. Since other games are almost exclusively battle games, the chances of dying are high. So as far as permadeath goes, it's almost like an antithesis. Whereas in this game, it lends itself perfectly. Yes, you can survive, but when you're dead, you're dead. Oh, where did I go? See, I'm already lost. I'm not going to make it. I won't even make it long enough to finish talking about it, will I? Anyway. The game... Wow, it is dark, isn't it? The game... Wow. Okay. The game is definitely an ultimate challenge. And my hat's off to Hinterland for pulling something like this off. How else could you cut through what's already available to gamers and give them a game where they're going to be their own worst enemy? It's true in other games, but never so true as in this game. You are your own worst enemy. Your own lack of experience or lack of understanding of the game. As I said, once you become an expert, you're still not necessarily going to be able to jump in and beat this. Look at this. I came up with an idea, hey, I'll go run over here. If I would not necessarily be any better off if I ran to the house or the barn. Even after you get the matches, it's still very precarious. So, and given the fact that you have Pilgrim, which is basically their version of God mode, that's why they don't need a console command TGM. They have it. They have Pilgrim. However, Pilgrim will allow you to die if you wish, whereas God mode will not. So it's just extremely unique experience playing this game. And as I said, the permadeath is just it's perfect for this game. You want to let yourself become emotionally involved in it, and then you have to almost detach yourself from it. It's tough. I lost a 360-day run in one bad decision. So, and of course, the prolonged agony of realizing that I could neither go to the mountaineer's cabin for safety, nor could I climb up the ropes anymore to get back to my bed in safety the other way, and I'm stuck in the middle between, wildlife that wants to kill me, and eventually weather that killed me also. It's great. It's great. There are all the mechanics are there. They just really didn't leave anything out of the equation. They made sure that you were given all the opportunity to experience a survival game, made it permadeath, but tweaked everything just right to make sure that, well, if I could get some light, I'd be a happy camper. They just wanted to make sure that they had the whole experience. 23% torch, but if I use it right now, the wind's just going to blow it out. That's the problem with something like that. Alright, so as I was saying, The game is a gem. It's a jewel. It stands out among. And August 1st, not too distant future here, we're going to get the full game. At least we're going to get story mode with the first couple episodes, and then episodes will follow. So I have nothing bad to say about this game. I really don't. The changes were made. People got upset. I'm not upset at all. I find no flaw in this game. Um, it's a masterpiece. It's one of those things that come along, and the developers nailed it. It's a home run. I love playing it. I love playing this game. One of the few games that I don't care if I die in. Dying here is just a learning experience. You know what not to do next time. Not that you're not going to do it again next time. That's the great thing. This game will prove to you what an idiot you are over and over and over again. So here I am just wandering around to my death, I suppose. That's alright. Just like death's a part of life, death's a part of this game. And Timberwolf Mountain is extremely unforgiving. My only thought was, if I could manage to get up here and get the matches, make a fire, survive one night, and get out of here in the daytime, then I could probably get back down. I was really hoping the Prepper's Cache that's at the bottom of the road down into the Skeeter's Ridge area was going to give me some matches, but it didn't. It was too dark. I couldn't really see. Didn't get anything out of it. I guess there's a couple things in there, but I couldn't see them. So I just ran on up here. I'd already run so far as to get to the road to Timberwolf Mountain, so I said, climb up, go to where I know there's matches. Which is not going to really do me much good at this point. I used up all my wood. I could maybe find some sticks out here, forage, try to make a fire, try to get to find a shelter, make a fire, which, all in all, is not a bad idea. Windy as it is, it's going to be tough. Getting up in the trees in the dark, I'd almost have to just find sticks. Hunting and pecking, the chances are I'm just not going to be able to outlast. So I really just wanted to do this as an example. You get dumped off on a spawn in Interloper, you will end up in the toughest places. You will end up in Timberwolf Mountain. You'll end up I'm on the ice here, so I'm not far from the cabin here. In fact, I may have made a big old loop and come right back around. Yeah, that's exactly where I am. I could go back to the cabin. There's plenty of food out here. There's cattails. There's a wolf. There's a bear. There's the cabin right over there. There should be the ice fishing hut. Should be right around here somewhere. I'm surely walking to my death right here because all I'd have to do is just walk a little too far, and I'm going to hear some barking, or I could hear some growling from the bear that hangs around. So yeah, I'm in a death spiral here. There's really no hope for me on this. I know that, but it's still fun. Where is the fishing hut? It's right.
You can eat anything right now.
Okay, in any case, it's not gonna really matter if I eat. I'm freezing to death, so that's the main problem. But I wanted to take the opportunity to just talk about the game, thank Hinterland for them creating it. I would never have the opportunity to, who's gonna, unless you go up in the Canadian wilderness and try this out for yourself. But Interloper's all about clothing. This game is 3 games in one. You got a sandbox God mode game in Pilgrim. You've got Voyager and Stalker, which are just 2 versions of the same game, one a bit more difficult than the other, that give you the full experience. You got the gun, you got all the tools, you got access to all the clothing, you got everything. And then you got Interloper, where it's just the opposite. They've deprived you of everything, and you have to find everything, and what you find is just substandard usually. You have to really explore the map. You have to really fight hard. So it's the perfect balance of giving you 3 games in one game. So now I got Frostbite. Generally at this point I'm just hoping a wolf finds me so we can kind of end this. But I just wanted to say bravo to Hinterland Studios, to the developers. This is a gem. I can't stop playing this game. It's everything that I ever wanted out of. I love simulations, and this is a hell of a simulation because you can't help but become emotionally invested in this. I played, SimCity, Sim Earth, The Sims, various simulation games, Railroad Tycoon, Roller Coaster Tycoon, all these games that allow you to simulate what it would be like to run the show, or to be in control. And this is such an interesting mix of control and lack of control. Because you can't control your own stupidity sometimes. Your own stupidity and your own impatience and your own greed. This game will expose. This is almost like a Zen game, because the frailties and stupidity of human nature are exploited. I mean, Hinterland couldn't do any better than to stick the finger right back at you to say that, well, who's stupid? You. So, here we go. So, it's all about decisions. All about decisions. This is what you get right here when you start, guys. You can, let's see. I didn't survive a day, so I'm not getting any stats there. But yeah, I did start in Pleasant Valley and then went and climbed up to Wolf Mountain. So I've survived altogether for all time 1 night on Interloper and Wolf Mountain. Here's my all-time stats in Interloper. If you want to see all-time 3, that's not true. I've survived 12 days. I don't know where that came from. Unless, I know what it is. When they did the new version, I lost all my previous saves. So this is just since I've been playing, which just shows you that recording an Interloper run is almost an antithesis. Interloper requires your complete focus, and recording a game and commenting just invariably leads to some lack of focus. Not that you can excuse dying, place the blame on the fact you're doing commentary. You can still die even if you're not doing commentary just as easily, but it definitely, Interloper mode in this game is one where you better be paying close attention, and you better be thinking carefully about everything you're doing, because you could die within the first few minutes. You could die within a day like I just did. It's just extremely easy. Look at this. So this is a typical Interloper thing, right? They're going to stick me freezing at daybreak, which is good. Where? I don't even have a where yet. I'd say Pleasant Valley. Because out of Forlorn Muskeg, Pleasant Valley, and Timberwolf Mountain, this looks closest to, yeah, this should be a waterfall right here. Yeah. Okay, well, this is another one. I've done this run many times, and this is great. If you want to get a, now I ran into the bear up here. I'm now able to make this run for the next time. Last time I did this run, I'm picking cattails, and next thing you know, I'm hearing a bear. It's posted. If you listen, I can't remember which video it is. It's a Pleasant Valley Interloper run. But I'm walking, minding my own business, picking up cattails as I go down here, because there's probably 30 cattails between you and the house. So you got, well over 3,000 calories worth just picking as you go. And I got up close to a rock, and next thing you know, I hear the bear snarling, growling, grunting, breathing right above me. And he's just about raising up. I didn't turn around to look at him, believe me. I just ran. I got away from him. I eventually died from something else, but I got away from the bear, but that's just it. Typically in other games, everything you're doing is calculated. Whether you know what's coming or not, you know you're going to be in a battle. You know you're going to come up against something that you're going to have to figure out, or you're going to have to figure out or survive. But here, you have no idea. You just don't know. There's no way that bear was behind the rock, and unless I actually physically went up around the rock and saw him and found him, and I'll show you in a second, and he may come out after me again. That's why I'm going to walk. I'm not going to run up here, even though I should be running, because I'm going to freeze to death and lose a whole lot of condition in the process. I'll just bump it a little bit. But I probably already missed some cattails just because it's dark. But this game will come out of nowhere and get you. And it really doesn't matter whether you're playing Interloper, Stalker, or Voyager. The same experience can come about. You can get ambushed. On Stalker and Voyager, of course, you have a little bit more control with that. There's no reason to take unnecessary risks in those games. Whereas in Interloper, you are almost demanded. It's demanded that you take risks. You have no choice to take some calculated risks. Just like this. I have no choice but to run in the cold weather in this condition. Just no choice. I have to find matches. I'm going to die either way. So I'm going to die running to try to save myself, or just sit there and die. As one of the quotes said, and die ashamed because they don't know what to do. So they do nothing and die. Well, that's not me. My whole experience in life, because I'm a technician, is figuring out why this refrigerator doesn't work, why this air conditioner doesn't work. I don't get caught up in giving up. There's no reason to give up. Giving up is just not an option. The only time you give up is when you've exhausted all possible options that you have. I wonder if this is about where that bear was. So I was just wondering if he's gonna pop out. I think he was right back around that rock over there when I encountered him. The house is a little further up, so I can continue. It's right over there. If I run straight that way, what I really want to do is get a few more cattails. Not really critical, which I think that's a wolf right there. Let's get out of here. But the game is definitely a template for you to use, exploit, try to learn, and take advantage of. but it's going to get you. But it's not the game that's going to get you. It's you that's going to get you. You died in the blizzard because you're out in the blizzard, not because there is a blizzard. Of course, you may have had no options. You may have been sitting in a house where you're going to die anyway, and you're out in the blizzard trying to get this food or water. So, in some ways, yes, you could say the game is trying to kill you. But where's the decision, the faulty decision back 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago? So, yeah, every one of these runs is doable. It's just the level of difficulty in whether you can pull it off or not. In Interloper, it's all about condition. Since you don't have a knife, an axe, or a rifle, you're not going to kill the wolf. It's not going to happen. You can run him off, you can injure him, that's about it. But you're not going to deal a death blow to him. So you can find wolf carcasses, you could get the leavings and scraps from the predators, and really the only exploit you have in this game, if you pull it off, is to run a deer into a wolf and then manage to get that wolf off of that deer. And then that deer is yours. Maybe, if you can pull off harvesting it without getting killed. So, you do have the option of getting enough meat, getting enough food to survive. It all comes down to your decisions you want to make. If you're running off to go over here to get food because you know there's canned goods, or you suspect there's canned goods or something to be had there, great. But what if you had a deer right there where you could have run, or you could have got a bunny, or you could have run a deer into a wolf? You decided not to do that. Well, if you're gonna die as a result of your action, you could have taken an alternate action. So the game, in my opinion, is fairly complete. Story mode for me, great. I'm ready for any and all content they want to do. But as far as if to say that somehow what I presently have with the sandbox is not good enough or in any way incomplete, no. I can continue playing the sandbox. We have no problem. Even the story mode, we're never there. You know, my hat's off to once you get to Hinterland. But yeah, that for me is just Lanya, a little something more. But yeah, I love the game. It's a great challenge, the mental challenge. I like mental challenges. I don't want to just be in somebody's contrived world and that's it. I like to be an active participant. And that's what this game does. It says to you, you can survive this if you wish. However, be warned that it's going to be very difficult. And as I said, you can't win this game. It's unique in that sense is that you can't win. There's nothing to win. Survive. That's your only bragging rights, is you survive. There's certainly methods to go to the point where the only way you can say you won this game is that you went through and carefully and knowingly picked out the exact options you had to extend the time to the maximum degree. The point where I'd say anything past 1,000 days will show just how carefully you've managed the game. When you get to Timberwolf Mountain, I mean, for me, having gone to Timberwolf Mountain Summit and, and looted the whole place, depending on which, I mean, I've never done that on Interloper. I could not conceivably imagine At, and I'll be just really humble about it. I don't care if I play this game for 10 more years every day. I just don't conceivably see myself able to, on Interloper, successfully get back to the summit. And if I did, it would be like, wow, that would be like winning the game for me, just getting up there. Because Timberwolf Mountain's brutal. It's brutal if you're playing on Voyager or Stalker. So, wow, if you can, man, anybody that's managed to get to the summit on Timberwolf Mountain, on Interloper, I would love to hear your story. I would love to see that video. Love to see that video. So if you got that, please, you give me the link. I want to see that. Because as far as I can tell, that's about as crowning achievement as you can make. But if you're playing a Voyager or Stalker, the fun thing about Timberwolf Mountain: rifle cartridges, rifle cartridges, rifle cartridges. Now, of course, you're going to get a whole lot of everything else, which can extend your gameplay for a long time if you use it properly. The fact is, the items that are wonderful, that you will extend your gameplay with more than anything else: fire striker, knives, hatchets, rifle cartridges, all of it can be used. Sewing kits. Eventually you're going to run out of sewing kits. Then you're going to have to start using fishing gear. To make fishing gear, you're going to need gut and hook. A gut to make line, and then a line, and then a hook. Scrap metal to make a hook. Gut to make a line if you wanted to go for raw materials. Point being is, you're going to have to be able to get food. You're going to have to be able to stay warm. So while almost everything is important, there are particular items that are going to be more important than anything else. Old Man Spirit like it. All of this, anything you can think of that's out there. The cattails don't respawn. Old Man Spirit like it does not respawn. Mushrooms don't respawn. None of that respawns. The wildlife respawns. So that's good. But you will eventually run out of rifle cartridges. You will eventually run out of whetstones to repair your hatchet and knife. Notwithstanding, if you've got a heavy hammer and you've got, wow, can opener, that's great Interloper for sure. And you've got, if you got a heavy hammer and you get to the forge, like I said, eventually you're going to run out of all these things. If you can fish, or you can mend clothes because you've made 30 or 40 hooks and lines sets, great, that's going to last you a long time. But even those will run out. Eventually, you will run out of everything. You're not going to run out of calories because the wildlife's going to respawn. The only thing is, you can't harvest those calories. It's not going to do you any good. You can sit there while you're dying and watch the wolves run around. So there is a limit. And people have gone for over 1,000 days. I don't know how long. I'll have to look that up to see who has the stats for the longest life in this game. But even then, at some point, they're going to die. There's just no way around it. And you could look at that as sad, because, it's eventually just a lost cause. Which I guess is why I started recording. Because since it is permadeath, only you were there privy to see what you did. Only you were there to record in your mind what events took place while you were on your run. So, recording it almost, gives you the opportunity to circumvent permadeath. It's probably the only thing you have in this game is to record yourself and go back and reminisce, because that's about all you're going to have in the end. You will eventually succumb. So that's the way it was crafted, and I think it's great. I think, this is a game that was going to happen one way or another, whether they did or somebody else. And I'm surprised that nobody else has done this before. I know that versions of something like this was done before. I would imagine in this day and time that the big push is to make a total realism film with this game. In other words, photorealistic everything in the world. The bears look real, the wolves look real, and so on. And I'm sure that there's people working on that right now. The cool thing is Hinterland was very slick about this, weren't they? They toned down the graphics to more pixelated graphics. But to me, it's so quaint. It just fits. It gives you a motif that's just pleasant for me. I love it. So I have no complaints about the level of detail or graphics in this game. I love the look of this game. I think it's beautiful artwork. So the fact that they were able to give you this experience without having to put people in a situation where their computers weren't going to be able to play. Since the mechanics, as far as I'm concerned, are more important overall than the look, or as far as level, graphics, detail level. I like the mechanics. So they concentrated on making the mechanics great because they weren't constrained to take so much time to make the graphics level detail, which many people weren't going to be able to see. So they hit the perfect balance. They managed to get a game that most people could play and give you just outstanding mechanics. And there are some people that just they live and breathe graphic detail and resolution. So, and they can take Skyrim and they can run the mods and EMBs and they can get it looking as photorealistic as they want to. And really, it just ends up coming down to gameplay. Because that's what you're doing. I mean, you could put it on God mode and turn it into a walking simulator if you want, which isn't a bad idea. It's just to work on your own skills at bow and sword and at magic. However, at some point you get bored with that. You go back to playing the game normally, and it's a lengthy game. You'll probably almost never exhaust the game fully for all the things you can do. But here, it's completely different. As I said, if you want to play God mode, you can play Go. If you want to play a balanced game where you have excitement and danger, along with a little more freedom to run about after you've got your clothing up and so on. And then after you get completely used to the mechanics and you know what you can and can't do, and you know the maps well enough, you go to play Interloper, and then once again you find that it's extremely challenging. Most people, once they get to a certain level of expertise in the game just no longer challenges them. They put it down because they can just go in and do anything they want. It's not really a big deal. As I've heard people speak of this game and say it's the best possible experience when you don't know the maps. Which I'd say, yeah, it's true. If you want to rush, you find yourself out in the middle of the woods and you're emotionally invested in that game because you've been playing for 30 minutes, an hour, and now you're just about to die. Yeah, and it's all and the thing is there's a structure right over there, but you don't know it's there. Yeah. And later on, you find out, wow, I could have just walked, 200 yards, and I'd have been fine. So this game just keeps giving, because even after you memorize the maps, yeah, you're gonna be able to move about more freely. You're gonna be able to determine, I can make it to this place and know how to get there and know that you're going to be able to make it with what you got. Who knows? One little stupid mistake along the way and you died, not because you didn't have everything necessary to get where you were going. You just did something stupid. And I guess maybe there are people out there that never do anything stupid ever, and they could come and play this game and be like nothing to them. My hat's off to them. That's not me. I do stupid things all the time in this game. So, and let's get some water. So, I just really can't say enough about this game. I really can't. From the moment I found this game, downloaded, started playing, I fell in love with it the first time. So, and it's been pretty much a mainstay with me ever since. Just because it's effortless. The game itself is effortless. I can play it casually, no problem. But at the same time, it's always ends up being a huge challenge. Even though I'm playing along and I think, wow, this is going well, this is great, I'm set up well, 10 minutes later I'm dead. Because of something stupid. So, and of course, it doesn't have to be just something stupid you did. I mean, you don't know that it's going to turn into a blizzard necessarily. I hope it's not, but you don't know. So yeah, the game will come to get you. But once you know that, it's stupid to not expect it. I have actually proven this. I say, oh, look, it's a nice day, and I'll test the game. Let me go run a couple 100 yards over there, and let's see what happens. And I go, well, and then just run right back, because there's a blizzard coming. Well, I expected it. I was kind of walking, waiting for it. There's like some threshold point you get to where the game says, he is sufficiently far away enough from that shelter where we can throw him a blizzard, and he won't be able to find his way back or find his way to safety. Well, since I'm anticipating it, I'm already ready for the fact that it's coming, and I immediately turn, set myself in direction, and walk. Yeah, it may kill me, but I'm certainly ready to strain my eyes if I have to find out, where am I? So, as per usual in Interloper, you get water. I've got a few supplies out of this house. Still got some cattails and whatnot. It's midday. In Interloper and something like this, you got to just push on. Even though I could sit in this house and mend my clothes, which I probably so. In fact, let's look at that screen. Let's put on the ski jacket. Let's see. Now the 61, 75. At the moment, this is actually better for the outside. Only because it's a little higher condition than this. Once I bump this up, my windproof will go up. This is what I'm at. Let's try it out. I don't want to use up too much of the day because I still want to get to the barn. This is one of those things where you're moving your way, moving along, because Pleasant Valley is quite unforgiving. You'll get locked in a perpetual blizzard situation here, and not good. So let's see, am I a little bit better? 0.8, 7.7, 20% for water, 10% for water. Yeah, this is going to be better to have on the outside because this is, that is the inner layer. This is the outer layer? Oh, okay, both of these. Never mind. They did change that. Okay. This at 92, that is great. This is like salvation. So, it's just the fact that a lot of this stuff is in good shape. It's lovely. 56, 98. Will pay off to take a look at your clothing and put on what you have. That's a lot of people get in trouble. They don't put on what they have. I've done it many times. So I'm one of those people. You're running around and you got this great article of clothing. You never put it on. You end up dying, freezing to death, and then you got this really nice jacket that you just forgot. Anyway, get out of here. I do have matches. I'm going to check on the steer. It would be worth my while in the middle of the day to go ahead and grab meat off this guy. If I can. I've already been in the basement. Pretty much I grabbed everything out of this town. There was a locked file cabinet, which I was not able to get into. I don't have a pry bar, so whatever. I think I already went in here on the way. Lock trunk, yeah. Okay, so let's run over here real quick. Just remember the silo is the direction you want to go to get to the barn. If you want a landmark, you're going to come out of the house and go head to the barn right here. Wish they had left this deer in this enclosure though. That would have been nice, but no. Even if they had, I don't hear the crooks, so I don't think the deer's here. We're on this corner to the left, and there's no deer. Let's go. So, like I said, Interloper's a whole nother game. It's literally an entirely different game. So like I said, this is all about clothing. Really it is. This is all about clothing. That's why everybody that gets in here pretty much makes a beeline for Coastal Highway. There are the most structured, there's the most chance for you to get whatever of the best clothing is available in the game to you. Where's the other clothing available to you? The best clothing you're going to get in Interloper? At the top of Timberwolf Mountain. Or potentially in one of the crates around Timberwolf Mountain. But you don't know. You don't know what's in the crate. There may be a whole bunch of food items and maybe 15 can openers. But you're not going to get the full bounty till you get to the summit. But guess what? You're not getting to the summit without the clothing anyway. So, the times that I've got my way up to the summit, I already had the best clothing. I didn't go up there and find the best clothing. I already had it. So, that's the deal. You got to get out of here. You got to get to Coastal Highway. That's how it works. Wherever you're going to come in at, whether it's Timberwolf Mountain, you're going to go in the Mountaineer's cabin, you're going to scavenge what you can, you're going to get the heck out. If you're an interloper, you cannot survive up there like this. With this clothing, food, you're not going to survive. It's just not going to happen. I don't care who you are. So, you're going to get off Timberwolf Mountain, you're going to head to Pleasant Valley. And then you're going to head to Coastal Highway. That's just the way it goes. You're going to come into Forlorn Muskeg, you're going to head for Mystery Lake. But even in there, you're going to find there's just not enough there. You're going to get some stuff, but there's just not enough there. You're going to head to Coastal Highway. In Coastal Highway, you're going to find plenty of water. You're going to find matches, some more matches. You're going to find clothing items. Once you have clothing items, you can stay outdoors longer. You can withstand the cold better. And that's what it's all about, because you have to continue to remain mobile. You're going to have to get over there to that deer. You're going to have to harvest that deer. It's going to be frozen. If you don't have a knife, you don't have a hatchet, you don't have a hacksaw, you have no options to thaw that deer out and use your hands. So, this is all about getting to the forge and making those tools to make things a little easier. But it's no small feat just getting to the forge. Whereas when you're in Voyager or when you're a Voyager or Stalker, you may not even go to the forge. That may not even be a thought to you. And in Interloper, it is the only thought. That's why I say they're completely different games. If you're in Pilgrim, you don't care about any of it. You could just wander around everywhere. Doesn't matter. You're going to find pretty much everything you need along the way as you go. In fact, you're going to have so much stuff, you're going to be buried in it. Alright. And, I only have 12 matches. I can't say that I've really ever ran out of matches yet. I've always been frugal with them. Um, and I'm not going to take the charcoal because I'm not even going to attempt doing mapping in Interloper. If I was going to map the thing, I would go to Stalker, Voyager, and do it that way. That'd be it. So we got to go up the stairs here. Hopefully, there's a pry bar up there. Maybe the heavy hammer's up there. We're about to find out. Not really doing this to make water as much as just to get a torch.
That did it.
Except I'm gonna have to do that. To do that, I get the fire starting skill for making it. I waste a match. So, but I wasted a match. I want to be able to see. And obviously, I didn't wait. Yeah, you could say I wasted a match, but I got matches back. There's a whetstone. Let's look over here and see if we got our nice hammer. Not here. You'd be hungry now. Oh yeah, very nice, very nice. You would definitely take it. Where the hammer would potentially be, it's right over here. Boom. Right there. That's one of the places it spawns. Spawns many places. That's one of the places it spawns. So great. The hammer will allow me to protect myself. The hammer will allow me to let's see, what are the other things you can do with it? You can use it against the wolves. You can use it to break down things that you could not normally break down by hand. And certain things that you can break down by hand just decreases the time that you use it, but you don't really want to wear this down. This is used to repair this. It takes fur firewood, but it also takes no, excuse me. Fur firewood is all you need for that. This is used to repair the hacksaw. Simple tools were used to repair the lantern. And this is not a big deal because all I missed was this over here. There, the hacksaw is here sometimes. But hey, I found a heavy hammer. I'm not gonna bitch about the hacksaw. And that pretty much concludes the barn. But hey, we found some good stuff here. Got another thing of matches. Got the heavy hammer. Just that in and of itself is a home run. Did we not already in here? Yeah. So now I can sleep in here. You just to let you know, you can sleep in here. If you go in here and use your radio, and you go to campcraft, you notice that's bedroll. So it's a 5/4 bonus. Plus you've got the enclosure that you're in gives you a bonus anyway. So this is pretty good. Now, if your clothing's bad and it drops down really cold, probably still not gonna make it. So be forewarned that certain structures vary. This is an enclosed structure, but every one of the structures has different rating as far as how warm it is inside. Based upon whatever factors Hinterland wanted to base it on. You know? But I think they did an amazing job of balancing out this game. Amazing. Literally amazing. So, In fact, I think it probably turned out in excess of what they could have hoped for as far as playability. In my estimation, this is one of the most replayable games I've ever played. Because it's so cerebral, it just puts it right on you. You've literally got no excuse. Whereas most people do tend to like to make excuses for why they've died or why they've failed in the game. This game kind of excludes excuses. Okay, so I need to go to the other houses. Wow, is that the bear over there?
Damn. I'm freezing.
The bear, I think he hangs out at the house more so than I'm not quite sure. Let's see. The houses are this direction generally, which you can do, and it's probably I won't say safest. I will not say safest thing to do, because there's no such thing as safest in this game. It just isn't. One thing I am going to do, which I haven't been doing, is grab the stuff. It's just right here. I have noticed that the deer, they tweak the deer to where they're not as easy to herd. I've noticed that once they get close to an area where there's a wolf or a bear, they will just turn. In the past, if you ran them and they were in full sprint and you were behind them, they tended to just
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
they tended to just keep running and running right into the predator. I found now that they're more likely to turn when they get to an area where the deer is. I mean, when they get to an area where the wolf is or where the bear is. So I'm just making a loop here, huh? Okay. Yeah, be careful about jumping off stuff. It's a little too high, you're not going to be happy. But they have changed the mechanics on the deer. Because I used to be able to just run them right in. The deer are a little bit more elusive now. But you can still do it. Still do it. Now, go back to walking. One thing in Interloper, don't exhaust yourself with your stamina. Of course, I'm already so tired. I should be down. Just stay in the truck. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. No guarantee that that was going to save me. No guarantee that that's the right decision, per se. If I let this go too far, my condition's going to suffer and I probably won't make it. Then there are wolves right around this area, so it's not good to just rush in. And, of course, I don't have any stamina. I do have my stamina build enhanced with the Snow Walker. So, this is the type of thing where we will
I'm dying. I'm gonna get some food soon.
okay. I'm sufficiently covered from this site. So I'm going to get down in here because this gives me a little bit of concealment. Okay. Okay, whatever, get in here. Let's get out of here. Let's take a little different route. Which, he still may see me. All he's got to do is turn, come back over that hill. Woof woof. So there's one thing for sure in this game: you take nothing for granted. Oh, I'll make it around the wolf. And you may not. You better make sure you're gonna make it around the wolf. Well, let me just run up here real quick. Now, you probably shouldn't be running anywhere real quick. So, there you go. There's some rundown on what you do here. This is totally, as it says, you're an alien in an alien environment. You better get used to it, and it's unforgiving. The game's gonna try to kill you. So, say the ultimate survival experience? I'd say yes. Simply because, as I said, you could be whatever expert you want to be in this game. You could know every mechanic, you could know how to exploit everything, and you can still come here and die in 5 minutes.
Getting weaker.
Okay. Here's a little exploit that you do. Crouch, and you carefully just move along. And it will allow you to scoot. But once you come to a drop off, if it's completely flat, it will let you glitch onto it. If it goes backwards like this does, it tends to want to just let you drop off of it. So be warned that, see, like that, which is not bad. Survived that. It had to be careful. Wow, I am completely down here. Now, the houses are right there. So, there you go. I can make it. There is a wolf that stays by this house. Whether he's here or not, don't know. I've come up here and he is. I've come up here and he isn't. I think his travel lane goes up away from me, up the hill there. So at times he's up the hill and he's not actually patrolling the area where the house is. We're about to find out. I guarantee you, when I get up to those few trees up ahead, I will be crouching. And that is the coolest thing about this game. You've been playing for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, whatever. All of a sudden, bam, you're dead. I mean, just bam, you're dead. You may be at full health. It doesn't matter. Let that bear run up. And you say, oh, I'll pull my gun and shoot that bear. You miss? Yeah. And you're dead. Or you might as well be dead. The bear's going to tear you up so bad that you're not going to recover from it. Or you may. Now see, here's a situation where if I knew the wolf was up here, I would absolutely go try to corral that deer into getting up here where he is. The deer does not sense me because I'm crouched. And neither will the wolf sense me because I'm crouched. And I don't have anything on me that gives off a scent. Raw meat, raw gut. Or a carcass, like a rabbit carcass. But as you can see, I am losing condition like crazy. I need to get up in there. I need to build a fire. I need to sleep in a safe place. And I gotta eat. The eating part is not really doing that much to hurt me. That's not what's killing me. It's the cold. So, the cold will affect you. Well, cold and tired. Once you're completely exhausted, which is the worst situation, because when you're exhausted, you can't run. So you can't remedy your situation any faster than you would say if you were just freezing. You can still run. So it's almost like a compound problem. But freezing and tired will drain your condition fastest. And thirst too. Once thirst gets all the way down in the red, your condition will drop drastically. Food, no. It just does not drop your condition drastically. I don't see the wolf. I'm dying. But I really don't want to just jump up right at this minute and go, oh, that's cool. I mean, the wolf's not here. Even though I'm dying. I just don't want to do it. This is not the house that I want to be in. This does not have a bed. This is just a little outbuilding that has shelving and so on. Right across there is where I need to go. Unfortunately, I still have further to go. And I can't run, but I'm just going to have to get on here and hope that the wolf doesn't spring on me. So, this house is my only salvation. If I'm going to make it, it's going to be make or break right here. Okay, that's really nice. Okay, so the bed I can leave. No, this is upstairs. Alright, just because I don't have time to like dig around and wow, great. Torch died. Really? Really? Oh, wait, torch. Alright, we're just gonna light a match. I just have to be able to see where I'm going. I have to be able to see where I'm going right now. This can't be some type of guesswork here. I need a bedroom, I need it right now. Not feeling around in the dark for this. Not going exploring anymore. We gotta eat, we gotta drink, we gotta get going on here. Or we are about to die. Alright, food. Matter of fact, open the inventory and just go through it. There it is. I mean, just eating. Just the time it takes for me to eat, I'm gonna lose so much condition. In fact, right now I'm gonna skip this, hit the bed, and sleep that right now. I have tea. I'm just gonna have to nurse myself back to health, you should say. Alright. So I figure okay, sorry. My mic's messing up a little bit. Let me cut this right here and come back. We'll loot this house, get our condition back up, and we'll head for Coastal Highway. So, hey, this was my Hinterland kudos speech and some tutorial, and
By snow.
you know, give me a like, give me a comment, give me any input you want, and come on back and we'll finish this. See you next time.